Okay. Alright, guys. We are back. A little different introduction there, but I'm excited for this one. I think it's funny to say Blake's MMA show, but that's the title of this. This is what we're going to do. Uh, if you have never checked out my videos before, I'm just breaking down these fights, starting from first fight to the last fight. And everybody knows what's up. This is Adesanya, Whittaker 2, rematch for all the marbles. It's middleweight strap. This is a lot. There's a lot on the table. If Whittaker wins, it's going to be a trilogy fight. It has to be a trilogy fight. Adesanya gets that right away. There's no doubt. And if Adesanya wins, man, I mean, he's going to be the king for a while. I don't see anyone else testing him to his abilities and everything that he has. He's a smart fighter. He's technical. So, if you haven't watched this before, I'm going to break down these fights, starting with William Knight, Maxim Grishin. Unfortunately, we have to watch these guys fight first. It's going to be an exciting fight. I wanted to wait till later, but Alex Perez and Matt Schnell, excuse me, they've already their fight's scrapped. That's not going to happen. Alex Perez, from what I understand, I just read up on, Alex Perez missed weight by 3 pounds, and Matt Schnell's wanted to fight him, respects him a lot. These guys had literally been scheduled to fight for, I think, over a year and a half. This is the third or fourth time their fight has fell through. So, Dana White, move on. This fight is cursed. So, Alex Perez, Matt Schnell not fighting. With they're going to start off the night, though, William Nightmare Knight and Maximus Grishin. Probably could do a better nickname, but it is what it is. We're moving on. So, Maxim Grishin, tough fighter. He's a slight favorite, though. And William Knight also just missed weight by 12 pounds. So, that's pretty crazy. He missed weight by 12 pounds, and they agreed to move it up to heavyweight. So this is a heavyweight fight now, not a light heavyweight. And I'm just going to keep it short and simple with this one. I think William Knight wins just because of his power, and he said he's going to slow the fight down. He's not going to explode as much as he does and gas out. But Maxim Grishin also, he hasn't fought high-level UFC competition. Most of all his wins are in different organizations before he ever got in the UFC. I actually have a parlay with William Knight, but I think he goes in and gets it done. Weighed in right there, guys. 218 pounds. And Maxim made weight. He's already that much of it, That is a nasty advantage, guys. He's already 12 pounds heavier. 13 pounds heavier than Maxim at weigh-in. He's going to be like 245, 50 pounds, I bet. So we're going to go with William Knight just because of sheer power, and Maxim usually gasses out, and he's not the most technical striker. Jeremiah Wells, super alumni. I mean, this guy's strong. Facing off Blood Diamond, which is like Mike Mateo or something. I think his name is Mike Mateo, but we're just going to call him Blood Diamond. Making his UFC debut. I'm going to make this one short and quick, too. I think Blood Diamond gets slumped. I think he gets slumped, or it's going to be a TKO. I don't really see this going decision. Okay, I'll say that. Jeremiah Wells KOs him or TKOs him, and if that doesn't happen, Blood Diamond's going to knock him out. But in my opinion, man, Jeremiah Wells, he's fought tougher opponents. I think he's a little more technical, but also I can't say that. Jeremiah Wells is from Philly. He's that Philly boy, and he just goes out there and he wants to scrap, man. He throws the kitchen sink. So I'll keep that short and quick. I'm going to just go with Jeremiah Wells. Blood Diamond, he's a promising prospect, possibility, style benders. Training partner, you could say. They didn't really train much, but Stylebender's talking about he wants to train him, and he said everybody better tune in to watch. I just think Jeremiah Wells will get it done. Moving on to the next fight. This is a good one, boys. Douglas Silva DeAndre versus Sergey Morozov. This fight is going to be a banger because Douglas Andrade, he always comes out, and that dude is just shredded. He's got like an 8-pack. He's just explosive as all can be in that division. 135 pounds, knocks people out a lot. But if he gets past that first round, he doesn't knock people out. He usually kind of gasses out because he's so big for that division. And Sergey Morozov, he's fought a lot higher competition. He's fought the only losses is Umar Nurmagomedov, and then his other one was like I think Askar Askarov, and that's just two undefeated guys who I just see Sergey Morozov taking it to the ground, kind of riding out a decision, probably not finishing, maybe finishing Andrade with a choke or something, but Morozov's a skilled wrestler, and unfortunately I'm not going to go with Andrade, although if he knocked him out, it'd be pretty awesome. Next fight, I'm not too into, but AJ Dobson, Jacob Malkin, even fight. I'm just gonna go with AJ Dobson because he's got all the UFC and his veterans in his corner. That fight's just kind of boring. We'll see. Maybe that'll bite me in the ass in the future to come. Maybe that'll bite me in the ass, but who knows? I don't really got much to say on that one. Next fight. Ronnie Lawrence against Martinez. This fight, guys, is going to be a banger. I just think Ronnie Lawrence, his wrestling pedigree and what he can do in the clinch and stuff, I just don't think Martinez really has a shot. Excuse me. I don't think he really has a... Or actually, I'll rephrase that. He has a shot. Martinez's boxing is solid, and he's long for his division. He's 5'10", as a bantamweight. That's like Sean O'Malley. Sean O'Malley's 5'11" with like a 72-inch or 73-inch reach. I could see Martinez, if he wins this fight, it's going to be tagging. He's going to tag Ronnie Lawrence with some of his good boxing. But I also see Ronnie Lawrence grappling him, taking him down. He averages like some crazy number. Let's see if we can find it here. Like, we're on Tapology here too. We got 86% going with Ronnie Lawrence by decision. But I wanted to see Ronnie Lawrence has some crazy statistic that he takes down. In like his last fight, he was averaging or every fight he averages like 6 or 7 or 8 takedowns a fight. I just think Ronnie Lawrence will get this done. Another kind of boring one, Carlos Ulberg versus Fabio Cherant. Don't even know these guys. I actually do know Ulberg, and I'm just going to go with Ulberg. Kind of boring. Don't know him. Next one, Kyler Phillips versus Marcelo Rojo. This is going to be a good one, boys. This is going to be a good fight. A lot of people are just flying with Kyler Phillips because of his name, and yeah, he's the Matrix. He's very good, but you can't sleep on Marcelo Pippo Rojo. This guy comes in swanging. This guy, he's not the most technical, but he's coming in to take your damn head off or get his head taken off. He's an underdog. Kyler's a pretty heavy favorite. They're both 5'8" and 1 inch reach advantage for Kyler Phillips, and the age, he's 7 years younger. But a lot of people are talking about Charles Jourdain, his last fight, 10 months ago when he got knocked out. And Paiva, Kyler Phillips, a lot of people are mad Kyler didn't get a 10-8 round in there. He probably should have won that fight, which would make him 10-1. So I'm going to go with Kyler Phillips, I think, unless he gasses out. If he gasses out, he's known to do that, where he just goes in there, throws everything at him, and stylistically, and he's good on the ground, but he can gas out. But I'm going to go with Kyler Phillips on this one. Roxanne Modafferi versus Casey ONeill. This is a good fight. A lot of people look at Roxanne and they're like, wow, this girl fights? I'm like, yeah, she'll kick your ass. She's got 25 wins and 19 losses, but you do the math. That's a lot of effing fights, man. And yeah, she is not winning all her fights, but this might be her last fight. She's 39 years old, and she just always goes in there to fight, man. But I really think Casey ONeill is going to be too much for her. Casey ONeill is undefeated. She's young. She's only 24. She's got experience. She freaking trains at 10th Planet Jiu-Jitsu. You know, she's at Extreme Couture before that. Yeah, and Roxanne's out of Syndicate MMA, but it's going to be a good fight. Roxanne brings the fight all the time. There's no doubt about that. I just think Casey ONeill gets it done in round 2. Next fight. A lot of people are just going with the name Andrei Arlovski. Error, mistake. I'm calling it right now. Biggest underdog on this card. Jared Vanderaa. The Mountain. Dude, this guy's he's a mountain. He's 6'4", 265, 80-inch reach. 3-inch reach. He applies the pressure. He trains at Dan Henderson's Athletic Fitness Center. But also Andre's always been an American top team. Guys, I just think Vanderaa, he's going to apply the pressure, and Vanderaa only does bad against great wrestlers. Andre does not wrestle. This fight is going all Jared Vanderaa all day, damn day. All day, damn day. Next fight. Nazrat Haqparast versus Bobby Green. Fucking banger of a fight right here, dude. This fight is going to be awesome. I like both these guys a lot. I went back and forth with all my picks, dude. This one was really tough for me because of Nazrat's hands. Excuse me. Yes, I did just bite my pizza. I'm fucking starving. I just think Nazrat's boxing is super nice and super... He throws everything around. So when Bobby Green comes up to block, he's throwing everything around to get you around there. And Bobby Green's always got his hands down and he's talking his shit up in your face, which makes it so fun to watch. And he's so good at ducking out of the way and returning one back. This fight's going to be a banger, guys. And they got it at right. Plus 135, minus 155. They're very... It's a great line, in my opinion. It's a great line. But I'm going with Bobby Green. The resurgence of Bobby Green, he don't give a shit. He's going in there. He's bobbing, weaving, knocking out Ally Quinta. A lot of people are saying, I don't think Ally Quinta wanted to be in that fight. Whatever. Have you ever been punched by Bobby Green? Pretty sure you want to be done fighting after you just got sat down by him. So, I don't know why people are, I don't think Ally Quinta wanted to be. How about you just give the credit to Bobby Green with a great combo, sat him down and put him out? Like, making up excuses. You don't want to be in there. Nazrat's a beast, right? Nazrat Haqparast is a monster. He lost to Drew Dober, got knocked out, and Dan Hooker, he just kind of got beat up. Just beat up 4 months ago. So he's coming off a loss. You learn from losses, especially at the level of Dan Hooker. And Bobby Green just knocked out Ally Quinta, so he's on an uprise, right? He's excited. He's got all that momentum. This is going to be a banger fight. I think Bobby Green I think it's going to be it's going to be a war. It's going to be third round decision, maybe a split decision victory by Bobby Green. Because Nazrat's a beast, and I'm not downplaying that. That fight's going to be a banger. Just their boxing, I think Bobby Green's tenacity is up in his face, bobbing, weaving, hooks to the body. Possibly could take it to the ground, too. So then we got Alexander Hernandez versus Hiroto Makano. This is a good fight, too. I really don't like Alexander Hernandez. I'm not a fan of the guy ever since he talked mad shit to Cowboy. Never really cared for the guy since. And I hope he gets submitted, and I hope he gets put to sleep. So, he's faced a lot of the top guys, like Jose Aldo, Korean Zombie, Rafael Fiziev, who put on a clinic. And I'm not even going to say Bobby Green, because Bobby Green did very well. In the third round, he just destroyed Fiziev. I think he actually won that fight. And Bobby Green's a dog. And then he came back and he beat Jai Herberts. Just didn't fuck around with the boxing. Just took him to the ground, submitted him, ran through him, right? And I really, 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 really hope I hope Moicano just runs to Alexander Great. He thinks, look at his nickname, the Great. He thinks he's so great, he'd kick my ass. He's a fighter. He's a great fighter, but he's just tries too hard to make him. I'm Alexander the Great. Whatever, man. But Alexander could knock him out in the first or second round, but usually he gasses out, and Moicano doesn't have the best chin. But I really fucking hope Moicano submits him, because I'm a fan of Moicano. I'm not a fan of the Great. And there's something to be said out there. People say it all the time. Americans are never fans of their own nationality, which is I just realizing it now. I want Moicano to beat Hernandez. Just never been a fan. Maybe I'm picking with emotion there, but I think Moicano's hands, he's fluent with boxing enough to beat Hernandez or gas him out and take him to the ground and submit his ass. Now, boys and girls, we're getting into the real bread and butter. Jared Cannonier, Derek Brunson. Stand up. Stand up. This is where you make your money. This is where you make your damn money. I got my boy Derek Brunson, and I have had him since the beginning when he was, I think he was a plus 120, plus 125 money. So you know I'm making that money once I cash out on my parlay. Derek Brunson, 5-fight win streak. Darren Till, it was Darren Till, Kevin Gastelum, Holland, Edmund Shabazian, Ian Heinisch, who they were trying to push so hard. He's on a 5-fight win streak. And you can't sleep on Cannonier, though. Kelvin Gastelum lost for Robert Whittaker. Anderson Silva leg kicks. David Branch, who's not in the UFC anymore. I'm just saying, Derek Brunson's wrestling is second to none. In the middleweight division especially, is very, 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 very good. And when he gets those double legs and he grips that hands around the butt and picks up, dude, you're going to do Blonde Brunson. I'm telling you right now. If you don't, I'm not sleeping on Jared Cannonier. He's probably the hardest hitter in the middleweight division. Outstanding leg kicks. He's technical, but when he fights he's never an Izzy. Like when Israel Adesanya fights a striker, he outstrikes him. But that's Izzy. He's the champ. Jared Cannonier, I just feel like Derek Brunson will be too much in the wrestling department for Jared Cannonier. Derek Brunson will be on a 6-fight win streak against the monsters, and he'll be next up in line to fight Israel Adesanya. Whoops, spoiled my next pick, or my last pick, but it is what it is. I just think Derek Brunson's, he's again an underdog. He's been an underdog in his last 4 fights. And I've been against him in his last 3. I'm not going against him now. I think Derek Brunson gets it done. Co-main event. Freaking banger again. And a lot of people are going Derek Lewis. And I get it. I get it, man. You say Derek Lewis and you gotta think about food. I'm hungry. Derek Lewis, I get it, man. He's a KO king. Most knockouts in UFC history. He's a beast. I get it. I have one issue with him, though. One issue, and it's not 100% pertain to this fight, because it's not 5 rounds, but it's his cardio, guys. We know he has a problem. He says it on the mic. The hell, screw that. I don't want a 5-round fight. All that stuff. And this ain't going to go all 3 rounds. I'm just saying, if Tai Tuivasa stays technical, stays on the outside, smacks that leg, you kind of saw the blueprint from Cyril Gane. You smack the leg, come in quick, hit the body up, and stay away from Derek's power. I just think Tai Tuivasa, first of all, he's younger. He's 37, he's 28. He's 9 years younger. 9 years, guys. And 9 years, and he just turned 37, so whatever. Either way, guys, Derek Lewis he's a monster, and I love Derek Lewis. And I had him beating Chris Daukaus by a long shot. The last time he fought, I had Derek Lewis winning for sure. I think this fight's going to be a banger. A lot of people are saying Tai Tuivasa, too much for Tai Tuivasa, too big of an opponent. It's just definitely his strongest opponent. He's had four wins in a row, dude. Knocked out Greg Hardy, knocked out Augusto Sakai in a nasty way. Stefan Struve, and he lost to Spivak. Arm triangle choke. But Derek Lewis ain't doing no submissions, dude. This is going to be a banger fight, and I'm just saying when Derek Lewis gets hit, he tends to, like, back up and, like, hide his face, and then there's this wide opening shot for a guy like Bam Bam to come in and knock him out. I just think this is going to be a hell of a fight. It might go into the third round because Derek can go that deep, and so can Tai. But I feel like Tai Tuivasa is going to finish this fight. I just feel like he's better on the clinch. He might do those nasty elbows. It's going to be a fucking hell of a fight, guys. And for the main event of the night, Robert Whittaker, Israel Adesanya 2. It's finally here, right? I feel like we've been waiting for a while. And Israel Adesanya, a little blemish on his record, lost to Jan Blachowicz, stepped up, thought he could take on the light heavyweight, you know? But dismantled Paulo Costa after Whittaker. So we'll look at this. He's 3-1 in his last 4 fights since Robert Whittaker. And the last time Robert Whittaker lost was against Izzy. And he's 1-3. Darren Till, Kelvin Gastelum, and Jared Cannonier. All dogs, dude. All dogs. He's made leaps and bounds in improvement. He's been really, really solid. And a lot of people, and I love Robert Whittaker, and I had him beating Izzy the first time. A lot of people want to say, Israel Adesanya, the only thing you got to do, take him down, put him up against the cage, drop him down, beat on him, wear him out, or beat his legs up. Okay, easier said than done. You know, it's a lot easier said than done. The only guy that has done it is Jan Blachowicz, who's a good 40, 45 pounds, maybe 50 pounds heavier. That's a lot of weight, man. Especially when you're talking in the UFC and the elite of the elite, the best of the best. Jan Blachowicz is a big guy compared to Robert Whittaker. Robert Whittaker is a big dude too. He's 6 feet tall, 185 pounds, but Jan Blachowicz is like 6'4", 4 inches taller with on fight day, he's probably 50 pounds, 55 pounds heavier than Robert Whittaker. I'm just saying, man, I just think Izzy's striking is so technical, his kickboxing is so good, his takedown defense is so good, and he's so good on the distance, and I've won against him on a few of his fights, not Marvin Vettori. I was against him against Paulo Costa. And boy, I wish I wasn't, because I paid money to my buddies, and I had to sit back and listen to Paulo Costa bitch and make excuses about, I was drinking too much wine the night before. Shut up. I lost all my respect for Costa. Dude. Anyway, I just think Izzy's the man at middleweight. But if anybody can beat him, it's the Reaper. It's Robert Whittaker. And I want people to know, I want this to be a 5-round dogfight. And I got my money on Izzy. And if it goes 5 rounds and Robert wins by decision or knocks him out, I'll be fucking happy with it. Even if I lose money. Because I'll tell you what. We got 2 5-fight parlays. And I'm going to read them off to you right now. Short and quick. And you guys can be on your way. So, the first parlay I have William Knight, who we just talked about, who was an underdog and he just missed 12 pounds. Sad, losing 40% of his purse. It's his fault. He was on short notice to begin with. I got Jared Vanderaa, Derek Brunson, Israel Adesanya, and I had Alex Perez, but that fight got scrapped. So I guess it won't be that. I won't get as much as I was intending because Alex Perez is done. And then I got Ronnie Lawrence, and this is a different parlay now, so it's those 4 because Alex Perez is out. Now I have another 5. Ronnie Lawrence, who's a favorite. Kyler Phillips, pretty big favorite. Derek Brunson, underdog. Tai Tuivasa, underdog. And Robert Whittaker. So if Izzy, all those are different fights. So if I could be winning all of them up until the main event. One of them's got to win. So, yeah, guys. Those are my fights. Those are my predictions. Yeah, it's going to be a hell of a card. I hope you guys enjoyed it. And hit me up with a follow, like, subscribe. See you guys later.